Well, hello, friends and followers, and aficionados of old World War II radios. This is the BC-654 Alpha, which is working out pretty good for me, finally. So, in my last video, I showed all the capacitors and resistors in the receiver that I replaced, and I replaced some capacitors, some 270 picofarad caps in this can here, which are inside the can. So take the IF can off and fix those. So what sent me on that journey? What sent me on that journey was I could peek this can fine with a screwdriver and get a good response out of it as far as static from the receiver. I couldn't peek the lower end, so it has slugs on both sides, and the bottom slugs wouldn't really do anything. What really threw me onto a search was this is the grid here. Unlike a modern tube, the grid comes out the top of these tubes, and if I put my finger on here, the volume would increase on the radio, and that's a bad sign. That's a tuned circuit at 455 kcs, and that shouldn't do that. So that was a clue that something in that can or around it was amiss. So I replaced a bunch of capacitors that were two capacitors inside the can, and there are a couple on the outside attached to the case of this thing, and replaced all those too. And a lot of resistors. One resistor feeding that can was high in resistance. I fixed that. Anyway, the results came out pretty well. So I got a speaker on the floor here, which is working now. I have so much volume. This is like 4,000 ohms, and this is 8 ohms, so it's not a very good match. But I have so much volume out of this thing now that I can run the speaker, which I'm pretty happy about. Turn this light on here to help see the radio. Here we go. So anyway, I'm pretty happy with how this turned out, replacing all those parts. I thought for sure I'd blown this thing up and it'll never work again. I never have luck with old stuff like this, but this one so far so good. So here's the volume control, and there's the speaker that I'm running through the phone's jack here. This should be running 4,000 ohms. I guess I could take it down to a lower value. Yeah, that's possible. I haven't tried that yet. But anyway, here we are at 4,000 ohms, and I'm picking up a lot of vibrator hash. In my antenna right now, I'm actually loading into a 50 ohm antenna, which I can't believe that worked, but it is working now. So I simply have the 50 ohm antenna. One side is clipped to the case here, and the other is on the antenna connector, the green wire back there, and those go to this connector here. Oh yeah, so I'm going into a capacitor here. So I'm going into a 270 puff capacitor. Anyway, that's how that works. Let's see what we can pick up here. So I'm starting down at like 3800, and I'm going to grind up. What a hash, right? And I'm on AM mode here. But I was picking up some stuff. Okay, there's something very strong. That's teletype or something. And that's booming in here. Let's go to CW mode. Whoops. That is CW mode. Okay, that's CW mode there. Oops. That's CW mode. And there's AM. That works like it should now. This used to have a big difference in mode. We changed the switch. This was usually very soft, and this was louder. Now they're about equal, and we can hear the carrier in there. So I want to increase the beat frequency coupling to make it more aggressive, and I'll do that later. There's a guy with a mod on that. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, we're at about 48 now. Is that 48 in there? Yeah, about 48. I should get the light on to that indicator. That's about 4800. There's some music or something. Let's go to AM mode. So, hearing something there. But the speaker is so inefficient for the radio, it's not sounding too well. Let me go back to headphones here. Headphones are probably better. Yeah, probably. Let's see. So I'm getting a lot of static from the vibrator. So there's that. Let's go up higher. Something else. I was picking up WWV on this thing at one point. Looks like I passed it. There it is. So that's booming in here now. So this is a big improvement from when I started on this thing like a month ago. I'm really happy with the improvement here. So it picks up stuff. I don't really have a good 80 meter antenna, but it's a lot better than it was. So I should probably get a signal generator now, connect it up and try and peak it out. But it looks like the IF was a real problem with it. The one IF can was way off. It couldn't resonate. So I should probably replace the micas in this IF can and this one, I suppose. Yeah, this IF can here. Okay, I'm not sure that's an IF can, but I think this is. So I should replace the micas in that one. This one I replaced and see how it goes. But that can lines up pretty well. But seeing as the difference was startling, I should probably replace the micas in that one too. The 270 puffs in there. Anyway, that's a wrap. I couldn't be any more happier with how it's turned out. It's looking good. So the receiver is coming along. The transmitter might be scary, but at least I got the receiver working sort of well. So I might want to attack this, take this can apart. Maybe I'll do that next. Do it tomorrow or something. And the vibrator, I probably should put a solid state vibrator in there to get rid of the hum. And there's a bunch of capacitors in there that need changed, but I'm really happy with how the changing of capacitors, maybe 5-6 resistors, has improved this thing greatly. So it's yeah, it was quite a radio in its time, I suppose. It worked. I mean, after fixing it, it seems pretty good, but when I first got it and turned it on, I thought, well, maybe this is all the better it was back then. But no, things were pretty good. So turn it back on. There it goes. And there it is. Couldn't be any more happy than that. All right, that's my demo. It took some work, but this thing is, at least the receiver part's working, so the transmitter might be next. I do have a power supply I bought, a Heathkit power supply, that I'll try and rig it up to the transmitter instead of using a dynamotor and get it working. I also got a mic on for this thing too, the original mic, so it's going to be interesting. It really it's really singing right now, so that's the best I've ever had it. You used to barely hear it. Okay, thanks for watching. Again, this is the BC-654a World War II memorabilia type receiver transmitter here. Have a great day.